I met my boyfriend, Lucas, during a remote work exchange program in Florianopolis, and ever since then, my life has completely changed, including my future plans. In a year, I'm moving to Brazil for good. But there was one huge problem standing in the way of that dream. I didn't actually speak Portuguese. It's not that I didn't try. I spent 6 months on Duolingo, memorizing random phrases that never actually helped me in a real conversation. I could understand a lot when I read subtitles, but the moment I had to speak live, especially with the carioca slang Lucas's family used, I would just freeze up. But honestly, the hardest part wasn't even the language itself. It was that constant feeling of being on the outside. At family dinners, I'd just sit there smiling and nodding, missing half the jokes. Lucas had to quietly translate everything in my ear, and I started to feel like a burden, like a polite outsider nobody quite knew how to include. I was too embarrassed to try speaking and mess up in front of his family, so I just stayed quiet. And the quieter I got, the further I felt from the life I actually wanted to build there. I didn't want to spend the rest of my life as just the foreign girlfriend. I wanted to be part of that family, that country, those jokes. That frustration is what finally pushed me to look for something structured, not another random app, but a real method, with a clear progression, taught by someone who truly understood the struggle of starting from zero. That's when I found the Brazilian Portuguese 360 course, created by Rodrigo. What won me over first was the structure, 5 levels, going from absolute beginner all the way to local Brazilian, and yes, becoming a local Brazilian literally became my goal. I started at the rookie level with lessons in English, which made me feel so much more confident at the start, and gradually worked my way up to lessons in Portuguese, by which point I understood enough to follow along without mentally translating everything. What really made the difference was that Rodrigo doesn't teach textbook Portuguese, he teaches how Brazilians actually speak. The expressions, the intonation, even that carioca way of talking I kept hearing from Lucas and his family and never understood. Now, 8 months later, I can actually take part in dinner conversations. I've laughed at jokes without needing a translation. I once talked with Lucas's mom for almost 30 minutes, just the two of us, about the soap opera she was watching. And for the first time, I feel like I'm not the foreign girlfriend anymore, I'm part of that family. If you're in a situation like mine, stuck, embarrassed to make mistakes, tired of apps that get you nowhere, I recommend this from the bottom of my heart. So if you're ready to stop just smiling and nodding along in conversations and finally start truly belonging, click the link below this video and get started now with the Brazilian Portuguese 360 course.